everyone, it is March 16th and welcome to Odds Wizard, where we bet for fun by betting together. It is hump day, it is Wednesday, and it is one day away from our brackets kicking off. We do have a play-in game that we picked tonight. We've got two NBA games tonight. Last night we had an NBA game, an NHL game, and a play-in game. The NHL game, we rocked. We absolutely killed that one. The NBA game, the Pacers couldn't throw a beach ball in the ocean from the beach. I mean, they were so bad. And then our last pick, we took Wyoming +4. They kept that game so close last night versus honestly a superior team in Indiana and a much higher ranked team in Indiana. And they kept it close the whole time. They just couldn't cover that 4-point spread. We did say yesterday in the video that Indiana was going to win, and they did. So if you took that safer bet with Indiana, more power to you. I'm stoked you won that last night, and I'm kind of glad we called that at least. But in the end, we did not get our pick of Wyoming +4. We are hoping to rectify that today. What do we do on Wednesdays? Wednesday is Winner Wednesdays. We only pick winners, no prop picks, no spreads. We strictly pick the winners of 3 games and then root for those teams to win. It's pretty simple. We try and keep it fun and simple on Wednesdays. So that's what we are doing tonight. I am going to start with our play-in game. It's for the 11 seed in your bracket. We are going to take Rutgers to upset Notre Dame, and that's at +100. That game is tonight at 9 o'clock on True TV. So your annual tradition of trying to find True TV, if you didn't find it last night, you can try finding it tonight. Like I said, they're both playing for the 11 seed to get in to the big dance. I don't count these play-in games as being into March. You have to win these. And the big thing is both of these teams stumbled towards the end. Rutgers and Notre Dame both were in their conference tournaments, and both lost games they should have won. Notre Dame kind of faltered towards the end of the regular season as well, and so did Rutgers. If either of these teams had closed out the season well, they both would have spots secured. They're both very good teams. They've both had big wins. Here's why I'm picking Rutgers, though. Rutgers had more wins versus ranked teams. They actually had a streak of 4 straight games where they beat 4 straight ranked teams. Notre Dame didn't have anything like that this season. In fact, when Notre Dame played the better teams, they tended to choke all season. I think the big difference between these teams is Notre Dame is the rich kid school that's heavily recruited, has all the money, has all the funding, and Rutgers, they have something to prove. They kind of play with that grit, that intensity of a little brother trying to beat his big brother. The difference is they have the skill to do it tonight. That's why a big reason why I'm picking Rutgers over Notre Dame. This is basically a home game for Notre Dame. It's played in Dayton, which is a short drive from Notre Dame, whereas Rutgers, based out of New Jersey, is not going to travel well. That does not seem to stop Rutgers. They can play on the road or at home. Honestly, I think on the road in a hostile environment like this might actually play to them a little more because I think it'll fire them up to have that road crowd against them. A lot of teams feed on that, and I kind of see that in that grit, that hard working Rutgers team. So we are going to take Rutgers to upset Notre Dame tonight. The spread on this is only 1, so it's not a huge upset, but it's an upset nonetheless. The books think Notre Dame is going to win, so we're going to have fun and try and take the other side of that. The next pick, we've got 2 NBA games tonight, both on ESPN. The first one is at 7:30. We are going to take the Mavs to beat the Nets, and that's at -120. The Mavs are favorites. If you guys watched the NBA last night, you're going to say, how in the world is that happening? Last night, the Nets put up basically a million points against Orlando. Kyrie put up a 60 spot. But here's the thing. They're playing back-to-back, and they're traveling. So they're going from Orlando last night to New Jersey again today. Got home in the middle of the night probably, and then have to play another game tonight against a very, very, very good Mavericks team. And Kyrie can't play because of those stupid laws in New York. He has to sit in the bench. He can do anything else in New York. He just can't do this because of a weird loophole in the law where they're trying to punish players. You're going to see this in the Yankees and the Mets coming up next. But for now, we think it's going to punish the Nets tonight. The other thing I like to watch whenever teams come to New York is a lot of players step up in the bright lights. LeBron plays his best games in New York. LaMelo plays his best games in New York. Carmelo used to play his best games in New York. Teams like that Broadway feel that New York has. It's the big lights. It used to be the biggest stage, even though the Knicks have been horrible for the last 20 years. Players still like to go to New York and play well. Luka loves to play well under the big lights. He loves a big game. He loves his chance to step up and show that he's one of the top 5 players in the NBA. And I think he's going to do that tonight. That's a big reason why I am taking the Mavs to beat the Nets. Plus, it's more fun. I'm a bigger Mavs fan than a Nets fan, so I usually don't pick the Mavs as my emotional hedge bet. But tonight, I just want to see Luka go off. It's what I'm rooting for. It's what I want to root for all night, and that's what we're going to do. Our last pick is our big upset pick of the night. We're going to take the Celtics to upset the Warriors in Golden State. That game is tonight. It's at 10 o'clock. It's on ESPN. These two teams could be a preview of the NBA Finals. They should both make their conference finals. All of our NBA teams tonight are going to go deep in the playoffs. They are all 4 phenomenal teams, and so these are going to be 2 great NBA games tonight to kind of prep you for March coming tomorrow. These teams are very different styles. Golden State is flashy, and they're going to score from everywhere. The Celtics, they're going to shut you down. So this is a classic defense versus offense game tonight, and our bet is that the D can get the O. And we all know that D doesn't always get the O. Sometimes it takes a little extra to get it there, but tonight we are betting that the D will get the O. Golden State has tended to find their way again. They're shooting better from everywhere. They're playing more team basketball, which is very much a cliche, but they are. They're finding ways to work together now that Klay's back in the lineup, which took them a while to find. The Celtics have won 5 of 6. They are hot. Their loss was against, honestly, the Mavs. They lost by 2 in a very close game. Both teams under 100 points. Big defensive game. The Celtics, that's what they do. They shut down defense, and I think that they are going to be better than most teams at closing out on Golden State behind the three-point line. That's a big reason why Golden State wins is teams don't get deep enough to cover where Golden State can shoot from. I don't think the Celtics are going to have that problem. And like I said, this could be a finals preview, so you want to watch this and kind of see whenever we get to betting the finals where your loyalties and where your money is going to lie. If you take all 3 of our picks tonight, throw them all in the cauldron, our odds are going to be $7.42. What that means for every dollar you put in, you get $7.42 of profit, so a payout of $8.42. We have a big upset pick in there tonight. We've got 3 road dogs tonight. Last time we did that, we went 0 for 3, so keep that in mind. This is about picking teams that we can root for in games we normally wouldn't watch or have a rooting interest by just putting a little bit of money behind it. This is not going to get you rich. This is how to make watching sports more fun. That's what we are here to do. To recap those 3 road dogs, we have got Rutgers to beat Notre Dame. We have got the Mavs to beat the Nets and the Celtics to beat the Warriors. Everyone, please follow me on Twitter if you're not following me yet. Subscribe to the videos if you're not subscribed, and follow along. Let's just find 3 games we can root for every night and kind of build our own team, our own community that makes watching sports more fun, all right? Either way, I hope you have a fun hump day, and March starts tomorrow. The big brackets, I hope they're ready, and we will have 3 of those picks tomorrow for you, all right? Have a great night, and good luck with your bets. See ya.